What is going on, guys? It's Benny bringing another Brawl Stars video. Today we are actually going to be doing one of the highly requested videos that I've seen on my channel here, believe it or not. It is going to be going over all three of the legendaries, stating which one is the best, which one is the worst, and just going over all of the legendary brawlers in general, because I know a lot of you maybe don't have them and you want to know for when you do unlock them which ones are the best, or if you get a shop offer, which one should you be waiting for. So let's dive into this. Right off the start, I want to say all three legendaries are good in their own way. There is a worst legendary brawler, there is a best legendary brawler, and then there is a very good legendary brawler. So we'll go over all three. We'll start with the worst legendary brawler, and that is Crow. So Crow is very, very good. He does have one of the best skins in the game, or arguably the best skin in the game for his Phoenix skin scroll. But for himself, he is kind of limited in how good of a brawler he is. He is very good in Heist, for sure. You're going to see a lot of gameplay. That's how I'm going to do it. While I'm talking about the brawler, I'll throw gameplay behind, and then as we go on, you'll see all the gameplays and everything. So Crow, he's mainly good in Heist, but his poison is very, very good at revealing enemies. And then if you have his star power, they do 10% less damage. You guys probably have a decent idea of what they do, but just in terms of ranks, Crow he's on the bottom tier of the legendaries. He's very hard to push aside from Heist and Showdown. In Showdown, he can be a monster, he can be crazy. He's good in the poison drip game mode as well. He's really good in Showdown if you guys want to push up a brawler good. But the one downside to Crow is, like, on the close quarter maps, not so much, because he takes boxes very slow in Showdown, but he's very annoying to deal. Like, once a Crow is locked onto you at like a distance range, it's going to be tough to get out of that, and he's just going to try and basically whittle you down until you get your his super. So that's kind of how you play Crow. You kind of chip damage. Hopefully you reveal the enemies enough for your teammates to help you out, and then once you have your super, you kind of use that as an assassin, where you jump in to, like, on top of a weak brawler, or a brawler, like basically like a brawler that's bad at close range, for instance like Dynamite or Barley. Or you could use that to escape, to get away, and in Heist specifically, you can use it to jump on the safe as well. So he is pretty good in the like I said, the Heist. He is okay in Bounty as well, because a lot of times, sometimes it's difficult because a lot of times people are running brawlers that are very low on health, and for low health brawlers, Crow is kind of a nightmare because he's not going to allow them to heal up, and they don't have a whole lot of health to begin with. So each time they tick from his poison, it's going to be a nightmare. But on gem grab, not the greatest. He's difficult to play, to say the least, on it. Early on, he can be pretty good when maybe like mid to lower trophies, when the enemies don't know how to play against him too much, or maybe they haven't seen him too often. But with him having such low health, and it's more of like an overtime damage with him, unless you have your super, then it's like a burst. But for those reasons, we kind of tend to put Crow on the last leg of the best legendary brawler, because I'd say he's probably the hardest one to play as well. Hardest one to push, hardest one to play. But I don't know. Let's move on to our next one here. Number 2. This used to be the best brawler in Brawl Stars. I think he is very close to the number 1 brawler, which everyone could probably guess it by now. Number 2 is Spike. He is overall probably the best. I wouldn't say the best, but like, he is one of the best brawlers for just like in general. Like, if you want to go hop into anything, typically Spike is going to be good on any map, any mode. He is really, really nasty, except for in Bounty. He struggles a little bit, and really, really good in Brawl. But on like Heist and Bounty, he's only really like okay. He isn't like the end all be all, the greatest, but he's one of the toughest brawlers to deal with when played right in like Showdown, in gem grab for sure, because those spikes, it's like the same premise as the Crow, where it's just annoying, and like the annoying chip damage won't maybe allow you to heal up. It's kind of in a different manner, but sometimes I will say Spike does feel a little weak at times HP wise. That's because you really have to land your main attacks, and you really have to like place your super right. And if you have your star power, be sure to throw it on your super on top of yourself sometimes. And then if you can, try to sparingly use your shots sometimes, because if a brawler gets on top of you and you don't have any of your main attacks left, you're probably going to drop because his HP isn't the highest. So kind of keep your ground a little bit, know when to push and be aggressive. But he honestly isn't that difficult to play. Like, he's pretty straightforward, and yes, I just need to land my ball right on front of the enemy to deal a ton of damage. Other than that, I can maybe shoot around walls sometimes with his spikes and try and chip them away. And then his super is very good for if I throw it down, it's going to slow down the enemies and maybe like not let them get away or make them go to the spot. So Spike, he's nasty though. He is definitely up there as like the best brawler. He was for sure the best brawler in the game before Leon came around, but he is still, I'd say, just a tier below Leon, because right now Leon is literally tier 0 with how broken he is. I will say though, keep this in the back of your mind. Brawl Stars might have an update soon, and there may be a balance change soon. So I don't know if I would say go all in on Leon yet. If you have like, well, actually the balance change hasn't come out yet, so you still have time to get the Leon, like if you get him in the shop or whatever, or maybe you haven't pushed Leon up enough. I would say there's still time to get Leon and push up like crazy, because there hasn't been a balance change done. Because I feel like Spike has a chance to get hit again on the next balance change or the Brawler balance update, because I still feel like he's a little strong. Crow I think is good. I think he may even get buffed. But then Leon is for sure getting a nerf. So I don't know. I'd say Spike you might want to push up if you can, but I think he's in a decent spot right now, so I don't know if he will get hit again. But moving on to Leon, and we'll talk about it later why I think he is going to get nerfed, but his got one of the best supers in the game, just to go invisible. Yes, when you get within 4 tiles they can see you, but a lot of times it just comes up so fast, and even though you see Leon a couple tiles away from you, with how much damage he does in that close range, you're not going to be able to do anything, because what's so good about his super is like it allows him to get to you that close without you even being able to know where he is and be able to do damage to him, because a lot of times you're not going to be able to take him out by the time you see him. Unless so there are some rare instances, like maybe a Shelly has her super and she's right on top of it, or a Bull just melts the Leon instant, like, or Leon is maybe a little bit damaged and you're able to burst him down before he's able to burst you down. But the main issue with Leon is just how much damage he does up close. He literally shreds tanks. He shreds any brawler like up close, and he has that far range as well. That's like just makes it annoying enough. Like even though it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, it's just annoying enough where it might chip down a brawler or stop them from regenerating. Like, cause his range is pretty long. Like I stated though, not a whole lot of damage at the long range, which I feel is fine. I don't really see a range reduction to him. I just think his up close damage is overall too good, because he's good in every game mode. In Showdown, probably the best brawler, probably the most scary, because if he gets his super and you don't even, I think this is the worst feeling. Sometimes he gets his super, a brawler on the other side of the Showdown map may not even notice. Like he has no idea Leon's even in the game, and all of a sudden he's just chilling, waiting for other people to die or something, and then out of nowhere just Leon comes and shreds them, and then their game is done. Or but the one upside to that though is Leon's invisibility can stop a lot of teamers as well in Showdown. The invisibility is just really strong, and how much damage he does up close, and how fast he can take his boxes. So Showdown, he's a nightmare. Gem grab, he's a nightmare. he can go invisible, take out the brawl he wants to target, and just drop them. Now the gameplay that you're seeing him on, this isn't actually one of his best maps, because it's very close quarters, and there's a lot of like lobber brawlers like the Barley and the Dynamite, and it makes it a little difficult, but he's still good. Even on one of his not greatest maps for him, he's still dominant. And like if you can get up close to anyone, you're gonna shred. He does have a little bit of a low HP though, so that's why if you miss your shots, honestly another thing that's really crazy about Leon is like I think you're at a disadvantage when you're not like auto aiming. I know that sounds bad. That's why I really hope there is like a game mode for competitive, or for when like pro tournaments or anything go on in the future, like there is no auto aim in those settings, because like it's like you can just literally run around the map with Leon and just like auto aim. There's very rare instances where it's beneficial for you to not auto aim. And my stand, like why I'm saying this is because like why would you put yourself at a disadvantage when you know there's a better option for right now? Most other brawlers, I would say, besides like the other shotgun brawlers or up close brawlers, you want to try and manual aim, but there's just like really no incentive, and I feel like that's not really a great thing, because in a game like this you want it to have like skill. And I'm not saying like there isn't, I'm just saying like auto aim kind of just lowers the high skill stuff, if that makes sense. And that's what you can do with Leon, just run on an auto aim. So I feel like he's one of the easiest brawlers to play, and he's just nasty. So that's gem grab. You can just, he's crazy in that. In bounty, he's good. He can take care of the brawlers that are maybe at a high bounty, or the invisible is just, it's insane. If you get the star power, he gets an added movement speed, and he just zips around the map. He is so fast. A lot of times, like say you die in whatever map and you're spawning in your spawn and you just need to get somewhere fast again, just use your invis for that movement speed and you'll get up there, and you don't even have to like really use that invis at that time if it's better for you to get back into the fight or something. But yeah, bounty, good brawler, probably even a great brawler. Heist, good as well, because you can go invis, sneak around, and do a ton of damage to the safe, or just catch like an unexpected brawler right in his face and destroy them. And then we have him in Brawl Ball. Very good in Brawl Ball as well, because there's a lot of close counters. If he has the movement speed, he's just insane with the ball, because if you use your super while he has the ball or before he picks up the ball, he's gonna get that added movement speed as well if you have the star power. So yeah, good in that. These special events too, he's one of the best brawlers in that as well, for like Robo Rumble, boss fight, and big game too. I think all three of them that we have right now. So I think Leon is just gonna get a hard nerf. He's just good in every single game mode, and I feel like that's maybe not what Brawl Stars wants. They probably want like a couple brawlers to be really good in a few game modes, but maybe they fall off in another few, but not to be like dominant and the best brawler, or almost the best brawler in like every single game mode. So I would say push up Leon now if you can get him, or you got him. Spend your time pushing him, because whenever we get this next balance change, I think he's going to receive probably, unless they like just redo it, his super, where maybe they reduce it to just like hard 5 seconds, but then they take away like the up close movement speed, but they reduce a lot of his damage. So I feel like his up close damage is just too much, and then maybe his super movement speed to be reduced a little bit, because when he gets a star power, or when he does get the star power, his star power movement speed reduced a little bit, because that's just way too fast. So that's what I would change. Tone them down a little bit. We'll have to wait and see though. But let me know your thoughts. Which one, I guess, aside from how good they are in ranking them, what is your favorite legendary? Mine is Spike. I don't know. I just like his character. You guys know in like the Brawl Stars animations, he's kind of cute too. I know a lot of people's favorite is Crow. I know a lot of people's favorite is Spike, and I know a lot of people's favorite is Leon. So let me know down below which one you guys like. And then let me know which, if you agree in the strength order, or if you disagree, I'd love to hear it as well. But let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll be going over some more strategy videos upcoming here very soon. And I think my next one might be trophy pushing or another brawler how-to. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the support on the channel, and I'll see you guys later.